What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 27 of the Rise to Glory here at Gibraltar Apex, and today we kick off Season 5 here at the club. It's our third time in the Champions League. Third time lucky to get to the third round, maybe? They do say three's a magic number, and there's a lot of threes reoccurring here. Hopefully you've been enjoying the series so far. There hasn't actually been that much going on off the pitch since the end of last episode, which actually was only a month ago. It's just the way the Gibraltar season works out. We ended at the start of June. We're back at the start of July because of these European qualifying games. In terms of what's happened over pre-season, not too much really. We've not actually brought anyone in. A few players left us, unfortunately. I really want to re-sign Stephen Clark, but I don't think he's going to want to come back after we scared him away, the left back. Other players that have gone: Danny B, Kadrian Drimmy, Sanchez Rule, and Shane Ramage, who joined last season. Just didn't really make an impact, unfortunately, for Shane. So in terms of our squad, it's a little bit more streamlined than it has been. It's still a fairly well-rounded squad, I think, and I think we have a lot of players still. But it's a little bit neater and a little bit kind of less packed than it has been. In terms of what's been going on over the pre-seasons besides signings, well, Gibraltar have moved up in the world rankings again. They are now 171st, which is really, really good going. Pretty pleased with how they're going there. To put that into perspective, how good are they? Let's compare them to people around them. Gibraltar is now better than the Faroe Islands. I mean, that's got to be something, right? I mean, it feels like it should be something. In terms of other stuff that's been going on, if I just go to the Europe tab. Now, I'm navigating to a screen here, which I've never actually had to intentionally find before, so bear with me. But if we look at club coefficients, we have actually risen up through these rankings. Now, we're not here with the big guns. We're not here with the likes of Wigan Athletic, unfortunately. I mean, we can dream one day. But if we keep scrolling, I feel like I saw our affiliates here in 192nd. But where are we? Let's keep scrolling. We'll get there eventually. There's only like 400 to 600 teams in this list. All the teams who have played in Europe over the last however many years. I feel like I've probably missed me by now. Oh, there we are. We're at 411th in the world by coefficients. That's something, right? We're moving up in the world rankings. Obviously, that's done off teams who play in Europe and how they get on in Europe. To put it into perspective, you've got teams here who we are better than. We are better than Port Talbot in terms of European coefficients. I mean, celebrate good times, you know what I'm saying? Glasses United and actually the other Gibraltarian teams, they're down in 500th or so. So that kind of maybe puts things into perspective there. In terms of the nation coefficients, it's the nation club coefficients I want. We'll get there eventually. We've moved up in these as well. We are now actually 49th. We moved up 3 places. We are now better at football than Wales. I mean, that again, progress. I believe if we move outside of the bottom 6, it means that we will move into the kind of qualifying round, second kind of round, rather than playing in this first round, which I believe is one representative from all the bottom teams. So we're close to advancing there. As a result of a minor improvement as well in the Premier Division's kind of stance in Europe, there is another Europa League spot now available for Gibraltarian teams. So that's another really good piece of progress. We're now up to 209th, so we are now officially better than the France National Under-17s League. Again, progress. I believe we moved up 18 spots, which was the biggest improvement of any top flight nation in these competition rankings. So again, it's progress. You know, we're getting there slowly. If we just kind of scroll down to where we are, which was, I can't remember where we were now. What number are we? 209th. Where does that put us? So we're here. We're actually still a half-star reputation, but we're getting close to the 1-star maybe. Actually, I'm lying. We're a long way off. Yeah, we are a long way off. You can see some of the leagues that are better than us here. It's quite amusing. But again, it's baby steps. It's a little bit of progress. This is a long-term save. The point I was going to make was that because of the advancement of those 19 positions, we are now actually having an extra spot in Europe, which is nice. We now have 3 teams qualifying for the Europa League first qualifying round, which is good, and that's alongside the Champions League, of course. So now 4 of the 10 teams in the Gibraltar Premier Division every year are going to play in Europe at the start of the year. Now, whilst I don't expect them to get through the first round, actually just participating helps up the coefficient, I do believe. And so who knows, we might make a little bit of progress on that front. You know, with the help of other teams, if we can keep doing okay in the Champions League, we're going to keep moving on up. Anyway, in terms of the Champions League, today we take on Differdange. That's how I'm going to say the team's name. They're from Luxembourg, amateur club. I don't know if they have better reputation than us or not. I believe our club rep is maybe half a star. It is. So they do have better reputation than us. Hopefully we can, get a good result against them, up our reputation here. We're obviously going to do the first and second legs today. Looking at the team for today's game, 4-4-2, nothing too crazy going on here. Fitness, as always with these early European games, a little bit of a problem. At least we have some match fitness. I guess that's the kind of saving grace of our team. So yeah, with all that said, let's get straight into this first game of the season, Season 5. I'm hoping that we can make it through to the second round again. As with last season, we've had obviously the second round draw done after the first round, so we know who we'll come up against. I'm now trying to remember the team I'm coming up against, and this time, unlike last year, I did double check the team we've been drawn against, so I've not misread it from the list, because I did that last year and I was an idiot. I do believe we're playing either a Slovakian or Slovenian team. I don't know how good they're going to be. They do have a few players, but their squad is mostly virtual players. I don't think, well, I know we're not going to be favourites to win, but I don't think they're any better than Copenhagen were last year. And as you guys may remember, we did actually beat Copenhagen 3-2 away from home in the second round. Unfortunately, we got hammered in the first leg, but I'm hoping we can put that behind us. Of course, to get there, we've got to win this first leg. And it's a first leg where you'd have to say we've not had a lot of the ball, but looking at it, we've actually done stuff with it. We are at home as well, so if we could prevent an away goal being scored, that would be massive for us, and that's got to be the aim here. So we'll see how we get on, as they are actually going to bring the ball forward. Veltes here down the left, whips it in. Dodeba, I don't know how to say that guy's name. It sounded okay, didn't it? Good save, though, by the keeper. That was a clear-cut chance, and perhaps a little bit of a warning. We are struggling to hold the ball here, apparently. I don't know if I want to change anything. I think we're going to stick with it, just because actually looking at the stats, we seem to be on top in the game. And we do have the ball here, and we are coming forward. Robson, down the left-hand side, back to Morgan. Tries to thread the ball through to Peachman, but intercepted. Now can we apply some pressure high up the pitch? Guerrero to Hernandez. Robson, options on ahead. Peachman's there, options in the middle. Peachman does not need options. He's found the goal. We score on the stroke of the half an hour mark. First goal of the season for him. It's 1-0. And it's a nice little finish, to be honest. I think it was Robson with the assist in the end. Just dinks the ball over. Peachman running onto it. One touch, second touch, bang. Taker Balson squeezes it in that bottom corner. Makes it 1-0 here. And that's a nice goal for us to score. And it gives us a little bit of breathing room early on. Obviously, we want to build momentum on that. We want to do well in this leg. And obviously going into the second leg, be in a good position. And we're on the attack again here. Morgan, Connolly, back post. Robson's there. Lovely passing goal. I don't know if it was a shot or a cross by Connolly on the back post, but it doesn't matter. Apparently, Hernandez is looking exhausted and is signalling he should be subbed off. The issue is for you, Hernandez, you're on 54% condition. We've got players on 47%, so you can man up. It's only half an hour gone. Unfortunately, with our weird season kind of format, obviously our players get really tired early on. Hopefully, we'll be kind of fit for those second round games, although we have had a little bit longer in pre-season, so I did three kind of Champions League friendlies this year instead of 2 to help with fitness, and we've scored again. Griffo gets his first goal of the season. It's 3-0. We are having a giraffe here against Differdange, or however you want to say that name, the team's name. It doesn't matter. They're from Luxembourg. I'm sorry. If you're from Luxembourg watching my videos, please don't be offended. I just don't know how to say this team's name. I can't say many people are experts in Luxembourg football. What is the nationality of Luxembourgese? Is it like Luxembourgish? I don't know. Maybe they just called Luxemburgers. No, that sounds like some kind of weird exotic addition to the McDonald's menu, Jack. Luxembourg. Oh dear. Answers on a postcard. You know what? If you know their nationality, actually send in a postcard. I'm going to get a P.O. box set up one day. Someone hold this to me. If we get to 200,000 subscribers in 5 years' time, big if, I will set up a P.O. box for postcards to be sent to me with answers on. We're on the attack again. It's Robson. Let's not talk about postcards. Let's talk about that goal. It's 4-0. We're looking very good here. We can probably afford to make some subs now at 4-0 up. Try and save some legs. Adam Roberts is on 38% condition. I've not seen many players with less condition than that. That is pretty bad. Hernandez also struggling, so we'll bring on Andy Sutton. And I'm going to save my other sub just because of, with the lack of fitness, there is a chance we might get an injury. And I don't want to use all 3 subs and then kind of, I guess, entice the wrath of the football manager gods into giving me an injury. Because that is what happens when you make all your subs at once. Players get injured and then you don't have a sub left over. So I'm not going to do it because I've learnt my lesson. I've done it before. I've made that mistake. But anyway, it's 4-0 here. If we could get one more before full time, that would be amazing. That would put us 5-0 up after the first leg. Primarily, I'd like to not concede an away goal. We'll see how we get on here. We are on the attack, although Demotta going to bring the ball forward, and that's with Di Domenco. Up to Simon. That's not a very Luxembourgish name. Peachman, shoot, saved. Can we get the rebound? We can't. I think that was Bianchi with the tackle and the clearance. Can the ball find its way in here? No, it can't. Headed away. It's the 88th minute. This would be a late goal either way if it is going to result in anything. I feel like that chance we just saw was the highlight. But apparently not. Okay, maybe it was, wasn't it? It looks like it's going to be full time here anyway, guys. 4-0 first leg. Fantastic performance. The kind of thing we wanted. That's going to help the coefficient just winning these games and getting through to the second round regularly. Going to give the players a pat on the back for that. A really good, convincing performance. I'm going to skip forward to the second leg. I will join you guys in just a second. Hopefully we can keep this run going. I will just quickly check that team who we would have in the second qualifying round for you guys. And if we take a look, the team we'll be taking on is AS Trensin. We'll go with it. They've got James Lawrence, an English guy, as one of their best left backs. I've never heard of this guy. Apparently he's only ever played for them. Anyway, that doesn't matter, does it? Let's get into the next game. I'll join you guys in a second. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. Okay guys, so we're back for the second leg here, and I'm hoping that we can get an equally good performance away from home against Differdange today. We've taken the trip to Luxembourg. I'm hoping for a similar performance to the last time out, really. I mean, 4-0 up, we could probably afford to let it slip a little bit and still win. But at the same time, we want to try and win by as many goals as possible. I am going to rotate our defenders just a little bit. Some of the players on 60% condition, I'm going to swap out for a few players who aren't match fit, but have slightly better condition. I'm hoping, following on from this game, our squad will be at a stage where their condition starts to recover a little bit better. With us being a little bit further into pre-season and having now, after this game, have played 5 games already. And that should put us in good preparation for that potential next tie against the team who I showed before, who I still can't remember if it was Slovakian or Slovenian. I apologise to my Slovakian and Slovenian brethren, you guys who watch. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. One day I'm going to get a flag of both Slovenia and Slovakia, put them above my bed and label them and just look at them for months on end so I learn the difference. Oh, what a finish. Robson with the goal. Take a bow, my son. I kind of feel like with Slovakia and Slovenia, I don't know the origin of either country, but it feels like they've just copied one another. It's a bit like, if anyone's seen the Twix advert. Is it the Twix advert? Or is it the... I think it's Twix. There's an advert and it's about a chocolate bar being made in 2 factories next to each other that are like the opposite but the same. That is Slovakia and Slovenia. I'm going to be honest, don't know what I'm talking about right now. Let's talk about the game. We're winning. We're on top. I've actually made a minor change to my tactic for today's game. I've changed closing down off sometimes and put it on more often. And, well, I don't want to say it's working, but we're 2-0 up here. It's 6-0 after 10 minutes. Maybe I should be rotating my entire side. The rain that I'm now seeing in-game is making me realise it's raining outside. I've got my headphones on, so I can't actually hear that much. But when I was kind of taking a little cup of coffee between recordings of this and the first leg, I realised it was raining. If that's coming up on the microphone, I'm sorry. It's all part of the authentic experience. Makes it sound like I'm actually on the dugout. Plus, well, we're in England. I've actually sat today and tried to wait for it to stop raining, and it just hasn't stopped. So I've given up. I mean, if someone wants to pay for me to go and live in, like... I was about to say I'm trying to think of a hot country where it doesn't rain. I don't know. Should we go with Spain? Gibraltar? What a save. Oh, okay. The rebound goes in, unfortunately. It's 6-1. Tun Di Dada. We'll go with that. That sounds good, doesn't it? Rodriguez with the assist. I think the shot went in at the second time of asking. That's an insane save, can we just say, by Felix. That's a ridiculous save now I've seen it. Unfortunately, defenders did not bail him out. They did not give him a second chance there. Half-time, it's going to be 2-1 on the night. Still 2 away goals. In order for us to lose this game, they need to score 6 second-half goals. I'm going to tell the players I'm far from pleased with what I saw. Having, won 4-0 in the first leg, I feel like the bar was set quite high going into this game. And at the moment, we've not quite matched that. Hopefully we can, though. as this game progresses. We will be bringing the ball forward here, although it's a pointless highlight. Jack, why are you commentating it? Answers on a postcard, send them into the PO box in a few years' time. I swear Bonavia's got new hair as well. I feel like in pre-season, Peachman's hair always gets shorter. Robson grows a beard. Not Robson, sorry. Connolly grows a beard. And, well, Bonavera seems to get new hair anyway. Anyway, we're on the attack here. Connolly, Robson, he's looking for a hat-trick, the right winger. But Leicester whips it in. I thought we were about to see an absolute calamity between the defender and the goalkeeper there. But the keeper did hold on to it. I feel like we've not seen as many horrific blunders as I expected. Maybe we can still see one yet. Robson down the right side. Fred's impeachment. He passes it to Connolly. Goal at his mercy. Makes it 3-1. That's his first goal of the season. He has grown a beard, as I kind of suspected. And we are going to be now 3-1 up, and that is game over. It was probably game over before. It's definitely now. I might even take off a few of our players in anticipation of that next leg. At the same time, I feel like for the strikers, it might be worth keeping them on just to try and build up some confidence. But particularly some of these defenders here who are struggling a little bit. Just, it's an unnecessary risk to keep them on, really. We'll also take off Bonavia, who is on a booking, the youngster, another product of our academy. He's been an okay player for us. I wouldn't say he's necessarily our first choice centre-back, but we've been playing him recently just because he's obviously match fit. We've rotated him into the squad today. He's given an okay account of himself so far. Hopefully we'll see more of the same from him as we are on the attack here. 20 minutes left. I've held on to that third sub as I did last game. We might use it with 10 minutes left. But looking at it here, we might have another chance at a goal. Peachman looking for options in the middle. Gives it to Robson. Back post. Griffo on the volley. Makes it 4-1. We've scored as many as we did last time out. The players have really upped their game since half-time. We've not conceded yet. That was a nicely worked goal. Robson with the assist. Griffo, he kind of looked offside, but at the same time, I'm not going to complain one little bit. Questionable actions by the goalkeeper. Just noticed behind their goal, they've got some banners being held up in a stand where no one is there. Again, get your banner conspiracy theories in the comments. We saw some great ones during the Hexagon Challenge when we were in New Zealand. Give me more of them today. Why are there banners there in an empty stand? Answers on a postcard, I want to say, but we don't have a PO box yet, so let's not do that. Anyway, time is slipping away here. There's 10 seconds left. It should be game over. We're looking very good. It's going to be 8-1 on aggregate, which is an absolutely amazing result, incredibly convincing. And we go marching on into the next round of this competition. I'm very happy with the result and how you played, boys. More of the same, please. Griffo getting a brace this time out. Robson also getting a goal. Both midfielders getting 3 goals apiece across the 2 legs there. And as I mentioned, we will be taking on AS Trenčín, who are of Slovakia in the next round. They are a fairly reputable club. They're a good team. I'm not sure if they won the Slovakian league last year. I guess they probably did. Yeah, they did. They've actually won it the last 2 years. So they're not going to be pushovers. It's going to be a tricky game for us there. All in all, pretty good convincing performance there in the first leg of this competition. Hopefully our players will be recovered in time for that next kind of round. That's going to be going on in a week's time, so I'll join you guys for that. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, please do smash the like button. If you've got any comments, leave them down below. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.